Hey beautiful people, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video, my second video this week that is inspired by the untimely passing of Kobe Bryant, the Mamba. And this video will simply be the top 10 life lessons that I learned from Kobe Bryant and the Mamba Mentality. So let's get after it. The number one rule of life for success that I find from Kobe Bryant and the Mamba Mentality is learn to embrace being an outsider. All right. So oftentimes in life, you might find yourself being an outsider because you've been through a lot of failures, a lot of disappointments, a lot of losses, and you can find yourself increasingly isolated. Or there's times that you realize your mindset that you have doesn't fit around people around you, and you start to lose friends little by little. Well, I'm here to tell you, when you realize these things and when you go through these situations, don't look to find the crowd and fit in. Don't look to be accepted by people that have left you alone, left you by yourself, and don't look to just become a people pleaser. Learn to accept the fact that sometimes you're going to be an outsider. You're going to be going against the crowd. You're going to be going against the general populations, the popular mentality and ideas and things like that. Because oftentimes where the crowd is headed is not where life-changing not it's not where the life-changing path that you should be on actually is. So when the crowd is going this way, or when everyone is coming after you for various reasons, or trying to tell you off, tell you you're doing the wrong things, this and that, and a third, stick to your path and learn to embrace that. Don't look to become a follower. Don't look to do what everyone else is doing. Just look to enjoy the path you're on, push on the path you're on, and grow on the path. Okay, going to point number 2 for Kobe Bryant's 10 rules for success. Point number 2 is yes, you are your biggest competitor. Stop looking for everybody else. Now, let me preface this by saying this. In life, you're naturally going to look at other people and wish you were like them, or wish you could do whatever you're doing like them, or try to emulate them when you're first starting. Nothing's wrong with that, right? So Kobe emulated MJ. Yeah, Kobe studied MJ. A lot of his moves, the way he thinks, the way he approached everything. Kobe studied MJ. But Kobe took that, whatever he learned, and his goal was to become his own best person. And so after learning and studying and watching certain things, after a while, work on your own and develop your own. And from there, realize that you need to focus to see how far you can go. Become the best you can be. Look to be the best at this period, no matter who did it before you. And if you keep that focus, understand that you are your own biggest competitor, and you're not looking at everybody else or everything else to see what are they doing. You're working on your path. You're building your path. Eventually, you go so far that no one will be able to surpass you easily. So remember, you are your biggest competitor. Okay, now we're at point number 3 on Kobe Bryant's 10 rules to success. And rule number 3 is simply this. When life goes hard, you go harder. When life gets tough, you go tougher. When life digs you deep, you dig deeper. And why is this important? Because you know what? At the end of the day, I don't care how much success you've had, how many businesses you've built, how big your family is, how long you've been working out, or how long you've been studying this certain instrument. After a while, things are going to get tougher. It's not like a escalator that's going down where the further you go, the easier it gets. No, as you go up, right? As you go up the steps, have you ever gone up a flight of steps that's like 50 steps? When you get to the highest steps, oh man, your whole body wants to give up. So this is the same thing that happens in life. After a while, as you keep pushing, life gets harder. Things will come up. Bigger issues come up. Bigger problems come up. And you know what? If you start to have the mentality that as life gets harder, because we all go through it, no matter how successful you are, or even if you're just starting out, if you have the mentality that you're going to get tougher as life gets tough, then you get the habit of getting back up. You get the habit of pushing, and you get the habit of getting stronger. So remember this: as life gets tougher, you have to get tougher, and remember it's gonna get tough. But remember that if it gets tougher, you get harder, you get stronger, and you keep pushing. You're gonna. Rule number 4 that I've learned from Kobe Bryant's rules to success is simply this: you have to believe in you. Learn to believe in you, the star player. Because as you go through this journey of success, you're gonna at times lose focus on yourself. You're gonna lose trust in your own voice. You're gonna lose trust in who you are. The path is gonna get tougher, or it might be tough right now because of everything you've been through and everything you haven't accomplished. But as you get started, or as you are on your way to success, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in the star player that's gonna make it. You have to say to yourself, I am gonna make it. I have what it takes. And whatever I don't have that I need in order to get to where I want to get to, I am going to learn. I'm going to become this person. If you don't have faith in yourself, if you don't trust yourself, if you don't love yourself, if you're not confident in yourself, you're not going to go anywhere. You may have small successes here and there, but you can only go as far, you can only go but so far. So this rule is simple. Learn to believe in yourself at all times. Don't become cocky. Have a self-worth, right? Where you know no one is better than you, but also you know that you're not above anybody, but you just believe and you have confidence. Okay, rule number 5 is simply this: you have to learn to make sacrifices. So I don't care where you are in life, if you've had a lot of failures, if you've been plateaued, stuck at a job where you don't want to be for a long time, if you've done all right, you've gone up the corporate ladder, or you've done great for yourself, and all of a sudden things may be going up and down. There's one thing that's important to know is you have to learn to make sacrifices. And at different levels, you're going to need to do different sacrifices. When I was younger, there's one thing that I used to love is video games. And trust me, I still love video games. I'm into the racing and some of the first place shooting games, right? But when I was young, I realized that video games take a long time. You can't do it for 10, 15 minutes. In order to master a level and get to the next level and master that and beat the game, it takes an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, right? It takes a lot of time. And I realized I wasn't where I want to be. And I realized that if I want to get to the life that I want to enjoy, I got to sacrifice this thing, right? Same thing like TV. I don't watch as much TV as I used to. I'll watch a show here and there once or twice a week. And I realize everything that I need to do, I need to go hard and push right now. And if I put these things off in the future, I'll be able to enjoy them the way I want to. So in life, to get to the next level or to get to a higher level, you have to learn to make sacrifices. Put away things that will get in your way of reaching your goal, and then later on you can enjoy. Lesson number 6 that I've learned from the Kobe rules of success is put one foot in front of the other. And I'm sorry, it's learn to put one foot in front of the other, right? So you are on your journey. You've had a lot of issues, a lot of setbacks as we've been talking about, or you find yourself having a hard time mastering or getting good at something. Don't worry about overcoming the whole thing all at once. Just learn to put one foot in front of the other. And if it's got to be like just your toes, one toe at a time, right? So you're not putting a whole foot, you're putting a toe. Put a toe at a time. Put one toe at a time in front of the other until you get to the path where you can put a whole foot in front of the other, and then you could start running and start taking leaps and bounds. If you just learn to take the smallest step, you can overcome anything. So in other words, if you have to run a 10K run, if you try to start running tonight and run 10 miles, you won't do it. But do the block. Just do the block. Just go up and down the block. Do that consistently. Then you can get 2 blocks, 3 blocks, and you'll be able to grow. So if you just learn to put one foot in front of the other, whatever you need to conquer in life and become great at and master. Rule number 8 is don't be afraid of confrontation. So Sometimes, or a lot of times in life, people like me, empaths, and other people that have always wanted to see the best in others and be nice to others and things like that. We're afraid of confrontation. We're afraid to upset somebody. We're afraid to put someone in a situation where they're uncomfortable. You can't be afraid of that. You have to get to the point where you, if it's a confrontation that needs to have, you have learn to have it the right way in a respectful manner. Even if your tone gets a little bit stronger, but you're not gonna do it in a way that disrespects that person, right? But you learn to have those tough conversations. You learn to do something if you know it's gonna bring out the best in someone, not hurt them long term, but bring out the best in them. So don't be afraid of confrontation. Don't run away from every confrontation and everything that seems. Rule number 9 is winners don't make excuses. In other words, people that have goals and that are heading towards their goals don't make excuses. I don't care how far you've been. I don't care how long you've messed up. I don't care how tough the road has been. I don't care if you're 70, 80, and you haven't reached your goal. You have a goal now that you get up and you say, you know what? I've been learning from Kobe. I've learned from the Majestic Lifestyle Coaching Channel. I've learned from Steve Harvey. I've learned from Les Brown. I've learned from whomever. If you say, I'm going to get up and change my life, understand that you can no longer make excuses. Now, will it happen that your mind comes up with an excuse? Will it happen that your gut comes up with an excuse? You ate too much, you're tired, you don't feel motivated, you're depressed, whatever it is. Yes, it is. But you know what? You can't sit on that excuse. Deal with whatever you have to deal with, because that life happens, but then get back up. Don't use don't use that excuse to stay down. Understand that whatever excuse comes up, no matter what it is, find a way and learn to get past those excuses. Because if you learn to get past excuses, you learn to be stronger and you learn to become unstoppable. Which leads me to the last point. Rule number 10 in the Kobe Bryant rules of success that I've picked up from watching his videos is simply this. Keep going. Learn to keep going in life. So we talked about not making excuses. We talked about all these different mindset. And when everything comes together, it's simple. Just learn to keep going. When you fall, when people make fun of you, when you try something 1,000 times and it hasn't worked, when you've been trying to do something for 10 years and you haven't had success, 20 years, learn to keep going. Now, if you have to adjust, right? Adjust your goal to get to where you got to get to, do that. But develop a mentality where you say, at all costs, I will not stop. I have to get to this point. I'm going to keep going. Whether I have to crawl, walk, whatever you got to do, just learn to keep going. If you learn to keep going, if you learn to keep getting back up, no matter how many times you fail, you're going to reach your goal. And that's what it takes to become successful. Now, a lot of these things I will break down further in upcoming videos. But in the meantime, these are some rules that I've saw this week and I was inspired by with the untimely passing of Kobe. If you enjoy this, do me a favor. Please hit the like button underneath to help support this channel, because especially as I'm starting this YouTube journey, I'll need your support, family. I'm going to need your support so we can grow the Majestic Lifestyle channel. So we can grow and also grow the Majestic Lifestyle community. So hit the like button. Do me a favor, just smash that like button like they say here on YouTube. Subscribe, right? So subscribe and check out the other videos that I have. And then leave your comment. Below, please just leave a comment about what did you learn from Kobe. That's all we're going to talk about this week on this video is what did you learn from Kobe and the Mamba mentality that's going to make your life your life better and your life better for the people around you as well. So until the next video, live your blah. See, this is what happens, folks. Hey, mistakes happen. Until the next video, live your best life.